I caught my wife with another man at a party. By sunrise, her entire world had collapsed. The champagne glass shattered in my hand with sharp crack, fragments slicing into my palm as blood traced down my wrist. Across the glittering ballroom, beneath the pulse of neon light, stood Elena. My Elena! Pressed against the wall, her lips locked with his. Not some stranger, not a nameless affair. Marcus, my best friend since college, the godfather of our son. The bass thumped through my chest like artillery fire. The room spun. Colors blurred as a bitter metallic taste filled my mouth. Rage, disbelief, heartbreak, all colliding in a single moment. How long had this betrayal been festering beneath the surface of our so-called perfect life? I stumbled back into the crowd, suffocated by perfume, laughter, and lies. My mind clawed at recent weeks, desperate to pinpoint when everything had started to rot. Earlier that night, in our Manhattan penthouse, I'd watched Elena standing before the mirror, hands trembling as she adjusted her crimson dress, the one that clung to her like temptation itself. "You look incredible," I'd whispered, kissing her neck and breathing in the jasmine scent of her skin. She'd laugh, brittle, hollow. "Don't get sentimental, Jake. It's just a party." But her eyes had flicked to her phone, silencing a message she didn't bother to read aloud. I told myself not to overthink it. She was under pressure about the merger. Marcus was practically family. Maybe I was paranoid, but deep down I already knew. The late nights at the office, the unfamiliar cologne lingering on her clothes, Marcus's scent woody and distinct, the way she stiffened when I touched her. I had ignored it all, blaming stress, work, anything but the truth. We had built 10 years together. A brownstone in Brooklyn, our son Theo, a decade of laughter, arguments, anniversaries, and promises. Love like that shouldn't just vanish. Out on the balcony, the city stretched beneath me, dazzling and deceitful. I scrolled through my phone, stopping at our wedding photo. Her veil glowed gold in the sunset. Marcus stood beside me, smiling. Back then, that smile hadn't seemed envious. Or maybe it always was. Anger rose thick and suffocating. But beneath it, fear coiled. What if I confronted them and she denied it? What if I became the villain in my own story? I pushed back through the crowd, cigar smoke curling like ghosts, crystal glasses clinking, the music pounding through my skull. Then I saw them slip away into the private lounge. Through a gap in the velvet curtain, I watched her hands press against his chest. Her voice trembled. "We can't keep doing this. Jake's suspects." Marcus cupped her face, his tone smooth and poisonous. "He suspects, after everything we built? You're mine, Lena. You always have been." Those words detonated in my head. Always have been. Flashes tore through my mind. Our honeymoon in Tuscany, Theo's birth, her whispered "you're my everything." Lies. All of it. I crashed through the door, the slam echoing like thunder. They froze. Her lipstick smeared, her eyes wide and wet. "Jake, please. It's not what it looks like." Marcus straightened, trying for calm. "Listen, buddy, this just happened. Don't make it worse." Blood dripped from my hand onto marble, red streaks like accusations. "You call this friendship?" I spat. Elena reached for me, tears trembling on her lashes. It was one time. I was weak. The stress, your trips, the distance. Her voice broke, pleading, but her eyes flicked toward Marcus, guilt tangled with longing. I wanted to hate her, to scream, to destroy everything we'd built. But some twisted remnant of love still breathed under the wreckage. One time. I hissed. How many one times does it take to ruin a marriage? Marcus stepped forward, palms raised. "Jake, we've been brothers. Don't throw your life away over a mistake." His words rang hollow. Behind his calm, I saw a calculation, fear of losing everything he'd stolen. Then Elena whispered, trembling, "I love you, Jake, more than him." For a split second, I almost believed her. Then I saw it. Survival, not love. I dragged her out, ignoring the stares. In the cab, silence screamed between us. She cried softly, "Please forgive me for Theo's sake." But I was already gone. By dawn, orange light spilled across the East River. My heart felt hollow, but my mind was sharp. At 5 a.m., I called my lawyer. Full custody, I said, and freeze everything. Then I set the trap. Using her phone, I texted Marcus. Last night was perfect. Meet me at the cabin. Alone. He arrived at noon, smug and certain she'd be there. Instead, the police were waiting. I'd kept the evidence buried for months, the embezzlement, the fraud, his signature. I had once hidden it to protect our friendship. Not anymore. When Elena returned from errands, sirens painted the street in red and blue. "Jake, what's happening?" she cried, as officers read the charges. Her name tied to falsified documents, her complicity undeniable. Theo's cries echoed from daycare as handcuffs snapped shut. She screamed my name. I didn't respond. Marcus was dragged past me, spitting venom. "You bastard. This is revenge." I met his eyes. "No, this is justice." Elena fell to her knees, sobbing. "I was lost, but I chose you." I almost laughed. Even now, another lie. By morning, her empire of deceit was dust. Marcus in prison. Assets frozen. The life we built, gone. And me, finally free. Free from love that had rotted into betrayal. Free from ghosts that wore my wife's face. Free from everything that almost destroyed me.